Morning and welcome to another video for Advanced in Car. The last couple of days Richard and I have been working on this 2005 Aston Martin DB9 Volante. So the Volante is a convertible and this is a 6-litre V12, so one of the original beasts that really makes the quality of one of these motors. Obviously quite dangerous to drive and I'm glad I don't drive one, but beautiful to work on, hand built and precision engineering, which is awesome. Now this car has come into us for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto interface upgrade, but at the same time the factory navigation display on here is really old and low res, so we have upgraded the whole display mechanism, the flip out motorized display, to an HD model, which you'll see once we jump inside. We've also fitted our KENWOOD multi-view front camera, and on the back we've done a rear camera, so this car has come in for the works. Front and rear camera, HD screen and Apple CarPlay, Android interface, Android Auto. So what we'll do is we'll jump round to the back, show you what we've done in the back, on the rear camera, and then also at the front, and then we'll jump inside. Right, so we start with the back end of the vehicle first. Because this is a convertible, fitting a camera to any convertible is difficult enough. But when you're fitting it to an Aston Martin that's been hand built, they're not designed to be taken apart and worked on. So if Matt brings the camera over here, we'll show you what we've done with the rear camera here. Okay, so the whole of this grab bar has been removed very carefully, because again, when I say hand built, I'm going to mention it a few times. This is hand built, and they install it so that you don't take it apart or don't have to. But what we've done is one of our really nice, neat wedge cameras in there. Hopefully Matt can focus in. The light's not amazing on here. But what it means is that it fits in nicely with the footprint of what we're working with on the grab bar and looks really cool. All the wiring then gets brought down through the grommet into the back of the car and then routed down to the front where our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto interface is. Now what we're going to do is jump to the front of the car and show you the KENWOOD multi-view camera. Right, so at the front of the car here, we've fitted our KENWOOD, it's not ours, but it's KENWOOD's, multi-view camera. Now, if you are watching this, obviously, you can see I'm holding the plate on. The front number plate on this vehicle is so curved that I'd have to apply a hell of a lot of sticky tape just to hold our plate on here. But the front camera, which Matthew will show probably at the top of the screen, is fitted down here. It's always in the same place, because where else would you put it on a vehicle like this? And it just means that it's in the best place to pick up anything here. When you're sat in the driving position, visibility is really poor on these things, so having a front camera is a must. So the wiring gets then routed down through the engine bay into the driver's side and routed across, which is a nice safe way through a grommet, and then connected up to the Apple CarPlay Android Auto interface. And then inside the car we'll show you where we fitted the little multi-view button. Right, so most of the Aston Martins that we've worked on so far, very similar dashboard setup. motorized screen with either the Volvo or the Garmin based navigation system in here. Now, because this is a I think 2009, 2010, the screen quality in here is really poor. So all this has been removed. New HD screen that's gone in here with an HDMI output, which connects to our interface as well. Now, also this car runs fiber optic. It's called a MOST circuit, and that's what also creates the audio in here, which does mean it's nice and clean because there's an amplifier in the boot with speakers and a subwoofer. Now, I will point to things down here, and obviously Matt will put a little caption window up on the screen. The main controller for the Apple CarPlay is in this front storage section, so a little picture up there now. That's an aftermarket controller, but you can understand how we wouldn't be able to fit something like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto into a vehicle like this. It wouldn't be functional. Right at the front of this pocket, we've done a really nice, neat install of the USB, which I'm pointing to now. You'll see up there. The reason why we've gone for that is because unless you know it's there, you don't really notice it. But also, you don't have anything further back behind my armrest here. The driver's seat is stuck in it, well, not stuck, but fixed in a position for the driver. So it allows me just to say, well, why would we fit a USB here? Well, we can have it in a much neater position. Comes with a genuine Apple lead anyway, but it's wireless. So if you're using wireless Apple CarPlay, then you don't need this, but if you're on a longer journey and you want to charge your phone up, no problem. Now in the ashtray, we've done exactly the same as what we did before. And again, you can see that picture up there now. Nice, clean, clear picture. You've got the KENWOOD multi-view, and you've also got the on-off button for the audio, and you've got a momentary switch. And the momentary switch will switch between the navigation system from factory, the front camera, and also the Apple CarPlay. But the minute that you put the vehicle into reverse, we're going to have the rear camera up on the display. So right now I'm going to start the engine up, and on the camera you'll hear what a beautiful beast this is. So a few seconds later, the screen will then pop up. Got the Aston Martin logo come up on the screen. And just while the system boots up here, you'll see on the screen here how old the technology is. But of course, back in 2005, it wasn't. But you didn't buy it for the technology, you bought it for the fact that it had an Aston Martin badge on it and it was hand built. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the car into reverse, and when we put it into reverse, you'll see the rear image. Now, we can't govern what that camera displays on the screen purely because of the fact that the grab bar is so slim on the back there. The footprint for the camera is so small that it goes where it goes and there is no adjustment on it. So what you see is what you get, but it's better than nothing. Now I can put it into neutral like so, goes back to the main vehicle. And then if I just do this, what I can do, let's just turn that off. Don't need that on, otherwise you won't be able to hear me. I don't have to shout now. So what we can do now is the momentary switch inside here would allow me to press the button, and you've got the front KENWOOD camera. Now again, this camera is set incredibly low on the bumper, so you're going to get a bit of curvature. You're going to get the front number plate that we've already had to place higher up on its mounting, and you're going to get a view of the bottom splitter. But again, Matt will show you all up on the screen. The KENWOOD multi-button inside the ashtray gives me 4 different modes. They're not all amazing, if I'm honest, but front cameras only give you 1 view, so to have 4 will help you. So that is your main image there, and you can see out through the workshop door. The next one is a real zoomed up image, so it's just literally zooming in like you would with your camera. The next one there is an overview. It's not great in the workshop because we've got a polished concrete floor, but that overview would show you if there is something right there. It's almost like you're doing an aerial or bird's eye view. And then the last one is a split screen. So you can see the far left-hand corner of the workshop and the far right-hand corner. And that's if you were pulling out of a junction and you want to see what's coming, it's going to give you a better idea. Okay, so let's go out of that like so. If I hit the momentary button again, we've then got Apple CarPlay. Now, a lot of the videos that I see on YouTube, the menu is always on the left-hand side. Why? If you're in the UK and you drive on the right, why would you want the menu on the left? This is a simple fix. Just go in to the engineering menu and you sort this out because it makes it more personal. Now you go in through here, you've got your rotary controller, and with the rotary controller you can choose what you want to do. So let's just say we want to go to Google Maps. You've then got your satellite view, which would never be in a vehicle like this. Of course it wouldn't, because of the technology behind it. It's connected to my phone. We can then go into Spotify and listen to whatever you want to listen to, which is going to really open up this car beautifully, so that when this customer is on longer journeys, he can listen to anything he wants from his playlists. So we can go back like so. Let's just press back, and then you've got other things like internet radio. I've got two lots of internet radio for different things. I've got my audio books. I've got my phone, which makes things accurate for my phone and my calling. And then you've got your Google Maps and your Apple Music and other stuff. And if you've got Waze or TomTom Maps, again, sorts all that out. Now, this particular vehicle has got Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. At the moment, I'm connected wirelessly through Apple CarPlay, but if you've got a vehicle like this, Aston Martin, and you want to bring it into the 21st century, obviously this car has had loads done, front camera, rear camera, Apple CarPlay, HD screen. Don't forget to get in touch with us. We love doing this, and we're really good at what we do, as you read through all of our reviews. So we're based in Dorset. The car needs to come down to us for a couple of days for us to work our magic, but Richard and I care about what we do, and we meticulously take your car apart, and we're very careful with how we put it back together again. So the website is www.advanced-incar.co.uk. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends and family, keep watching our videos, and yeah, look forward to meeting you, and thanks very much.